분당 캠퍼스 송민지, 하지은, 최성정, 신은재, 박소윤, 이영은 학생이 말합니다. 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 후!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, ITC graduation presentations host, Minji Sung. Last semester, we learned the discussion lessons. We learned that the most important thing is logic skill, critical ability, and persuasive powers. The topics that we learned was so much difficult, but today, we will talk about them. Not easy to decide to choose only one thing between two choices, not a serious topics. Our debater will have a heated discussions today, and ITC owner will estimate today's discussion lessons. And you can estimate too with your comments. Then, this is the first topic. Just thinking about it makes me happy. It is easier to get a genuine one absolutely, or get much more money with some risk. After the discussions, please tell me your opinions on the chat rooms. Then, let's start the battle.
I think 100% is alright because there are two reasons. First reason is difference in the value of the definitive profit and uncertain profit. There are complete difference between real and fiction, and we can talk with profit, we can call the definitive profit and uncertain profit. And we can think $100 million is ours because it is 100% to get them. And in this situation, you want to put it $100 million in a certain future? And can you do that when you really need $100 million? And second reason is it is not a 100% happy future. You are 100% happy? No, wait. Money and happiness are never proportional. Look at this graph, the proof of that. It goes up the specific income level and it goes down at the end because it is difficult for people to feel satisfied with ordinary and small things. Thank you.
Listen up, please. I think you should choose 5 billion won. First, not anyone can earn 5 billion won. Of course, 100 million won is not small, but if you earn her for 7 years, you can save it. If your annual salary is 30 million won, it is possible to raise in about 7 years, excluding living expenses and taxes. Of course, as time goes by, the time will be shorter as your annual salary increases. But what about 5 billion won? Can ordinary workers collect it? No way. Choosing 100 million won instead of 5 billion won is a foolish act of missing an opportunity. Second, you have to seize the opportunity when it comes. Look at this picture. It is line waiting to buy a lottery. Why are many people enthusiastic about lottery? Because we can buy a chance with a little money. But let's see the probability of winning the lottery. It's only 0.00012%. Now you have a 15% chance. It's a lifetime opportunity. Imagine enjoying freedom and wealth with 5 billion won. How wonderful it is. Don't ever let go. Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Do you like lottery?
What?
No, Dining, there are so many people wishing they won a lottery, thinking they live only once. Moreover, I can speak only on my experience, but I don't think the world is as easy as it seems to be. Have you heard of grasshopper?
Grasshopper? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
You know, it's a favor or they show how we can choose to live our lives wisely. Then I give this book as a gift. And I don't know why explain why giving it to you, because it is quite self-explanatory and you should read it if you don't want to dazzle like a grasshopper.
Then I have a question too. What are you? Are you a senior or something? You're a teenager. Don't tell me that you're worried that you might not be able to get the money. If so, look at yourself. You're a healthy teenager who has a lot of potential. That's why it don't kill us to give up the money. If you don't try something new because of the money, you are such a chicken.
Chicken? Oh my God. I think you make it sound you know everything, but I think you don't know what you are missing. On top of that, who do you think I am? I'm not an elderly woman. I'm wiser than I look. Go check the bank after this and to find how much type of investment there are and who are start with. Everyone say with invest with seed money $100 million. It is because it is most stable way to be rich and you can financially support with money as well.
That makes me curious how you will financially support your parents. Are you saying you buy your parents a house or something? No way, it doesn't make any big difference in our life. Do you know how much it costs to raise a child these days? Please, I beg you to think about what we should do for our parents. Thank you.
It's so warm, isn't it? Their mind for their parents is so lovely. Was it helpful to choose ones? Then, please tell me your opinions on the online chat. Thank you. Then, next is the topics. Please show the keywords. Wow, it is such extreme topics. But I expect the debatings that our debaters will do. Then, the debaters, please come out.
Everybody listener, there are some areas where we can't live in the desert. Desert is a vast region that covers 1/10 of the Earth's ground. You may think the desert is just covered with the sand unconditionally. However, a desert is not a place that covers with the sand unconditionally. The sand desert is just 1/10 among all of the desert, and the Sahara Desert, the biggest desert of the earth, is mostly consists of rock, so you can find a shadow on hot daytime, and there might be a water pocket in the flat rock surface. Also, you can find some water nearby the big plants, and there might be a water from there. You can get some water from the oasis. So you can survive well in the desert better than in the ocean. Follow them is the second reason. People live in a variety of places, but did you hear about a person who live in the middle of the ocean? Hey, it sounds ridiculous. But you can probably imagine a person who live in the middle of the desert. But why people are afraid of the sky and the ocean? That is because they feel anxious when there is no ground below them. That is why people don't even think about living in the sky or the ocean. They cannot move freely in there. But however, on the other hand, you can easily imagine a person who live in the desert. Look at this picture. Who are they? They're the Bedouin tribe who live in the desert. However, the tribe that live in the middle of the ocean does not exist. Therefore, I think the desert is better than the ocean to live in. Thank you.
Have you ever imagined this situation? While you are traveling to a wonderful place by plane, the plane crashes in the middle of the ocean. You drift on the raft alone. You feel scared, but don't worry. There are tides come in and tides go out on Earth. In other words, you will move anywhere. So, you can see the islands far away. You can arrive at the islands by swimming at full strength. Second, you have to get something to eat. But don't worry about it. There are so many things to eat in the sea. Just looking at the bottom of the rock, there are shellfish or sea crabs. And there are many kinds of marine creatures such as fish and seaweed. So, if you have courage to catch the fish, you can make a fish trap or bamboo spear to catch the fish. Also, the seafood have excellent taste and nutrition. Thank you.
I want to ask you some question. I partly agree with you, but we need to be more realistic. Which one is more likely between finding an oasis in the desert and an island in the sea? Do you think it is really possible to find an island while drifting in the sea?
Hey, look on the bright side, please. To survive, you must find an oasis and I must find an island to stay in. What are the odds that we could do that? I bet most people here think it is 50-50, right? which means there is still 50% of the chance. So it is worth trying.
But we can't live in the desert without an oasis. And you will agree with me if you see the movie called Bear Grylls, where people eat insects or something to survive. If you are willing to give up your flavor of food, you can get what you need to survive. Plus, there are some places to get some rest in the desert, but in the sea, oh, I doubt it.
I believe that one way or another, people will find a way. That's who we are. So I'm sure you must reach an island. By the way, aren't you tired these days? One of new trends is living in the nature. We call them jayanin. Imagine yourself floating on the sea and eating fresh seafood, not to mention no stress from work and COVID. Wow, isn't it appealing?
What are you saying? Appealing? Oh my gosh. Oh, it sounds so unrealistic. But you're right about one thing. It is that there are much food. But I want to remind you that there are as many sharks as food. So you could turn into the fresh food for shark before you eat fresh seafood. Okay?
Oh, it seems you're too pessimistic. Okay, let's be rational. Either way, we wouldn't last long. That's true. Then where is better for you to die? The desert or the sea? Which one is better? Thank you.
Thank you for your heated discussions. We're good when we're talking about an islands, oasis, seafood stuff like that. But until you brought up the best things, which were too much, then this is the last topic. Oh, I think it is so touchy to high school students. Then let's start the last battle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I think math and science are superior than liberal arts. Among the great men in history, there are so many who are math and science students. Marie Curie, Stephen Hawking, Charles Darwin, and Gauss. I bet all of you have heard these names at least once. These great men have something in common. Can you guess what it is?
Well, I don't.
They were all math and science students. These men is well known in math and science, and their achievements are remembered even now. If you want to be remembered in generations, how about choosing math and science? The math and science students has more higher employment rate. Can you guess what it is? Do you know what this is?
Well, what is it?
It's not definitely bond interest. The overall average employment rate is 66%. However, the math and science students has more higher, 72%. And that rate of liberal arts students is 61%. The rate of math and science is about 10% higher, and even it is higher than the overall average. Getting jobs is so hard nowadays. It's like getting stars from the sky. Are you going to miss these amazing chances? Opportunity to be remembered in generations and getting a job. I hope you'll get 2 birds with 1 stone. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the presidents who led Korea. Syngman Rhee, Yoon Bo-seon, Choi Kyu-ha, Kim Yong-sam, Lee Myung-bak, and Moon Jae-in. What is the common thing between them? Surprisingly, they all are majoring in liberal arts. If you think math and science is superior, then I'll think you don't like them crazy.
No way.
Yeah. And I want to tell you about the language. Language is roots of the liberal arts. Even now speaking, the language is being used. Without liberal arts, then you have to say only with binary systems. Do you know BTS?
Of course.
Yeah, it's hard not to know them. They're the boy bands who lead the Korean wave all over the world. And I want to introduce the serendipitous lyrics that one of the songs that BTS wrote. To bring out emotions, I'll tell you the lyrics in Korean. 넌 나의 푸른 곰팡이, 날 구원해줘. You're my green mold. Is it possible that science students understand making a person to mold? Even the structure of the sentence is wrong. Could they write this? We can know the superiority of the liberal arts with this. Thank you. And hey, what do you think which one is most essential in the era of the fourth industry? I think it is sensibility.
Not me. I think technology is the most important.
Guys, think about it. Which one do you like? The phone with double of the functions but made with only irons, or the phone which design is best? I would rather choose the latter one. Apple made a lot of money for their reasons.
However, there might be somebody who likes the better technology. Many engineering students are still working hard even now to make the better technology.
Engineering students? Are you sure you're talking about them? Do you feel any joy from the students who are wearing shirts with check patterns in these emotionless pictures? Or they look like AIs with no emotions? Why do AI have a meal? Just taking a pill or charge yourself.
Actually, there is a pill which is concentrated of nutrition. And who works in math and science made this brilliant and convenient invention. Like this, math and science make our life more rich. For instance, do you live in Choga House?
No, I don't.
Do you live in Choga House?
No.
Yeah, many lives in apartments now. Like this, if there were no math and science students, you'd be still living in Choga House. This comfortable life is made by math and science.
Don't you know the story that traditional fairy tales, 흥부 and 놀부?
It's hard not to know.
This story says, encouraging good and punishing evil. The kind 흥부 who live in a choga house finally live happily thanks for the swallow. On the other hand, bad 놀부 who live in a luxury house finally punished. Are you sure? Are you insulting the story that our outstanding ancestors who are liberal arts students have written? Are you sure?
Hey, Omni, calm down. It's time to finish.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was overacting. Wow, the chat room is so hot. Was our debate fun? If you liked it, then 구독과 좋아요. Now we will end our debate here. Thank you all. 자력, 경례.